initializer. First thing, what I need to do, I need to inject the DB context. Okay, so private um, application DB context. So I'll make it as private variable, and I'm getting it from here. Okay, so using DB context equal to DB context. So in the sample data, asynchronous task, so that first thing, when this sample data is getting initiated, I need to check the database is already created or not. This is the very first step we have to do it. And here ensure database dot ensure uh, ensure created asynchronous avoid. So first we have to avoid the database is getting initiated or configure. Okay, so database creation, it is checking. So and the next step will be, if if we have any date, we have any the app record is available, then only we are going to see the data. So for that, what I will do, I will just create a app, uh, uh, user test user one, new app user uh, so this view model we have to take it. This is public only, right? So from here So this we need to add it. Full name, I'm directly using this model. Later we will be using this one. View model, full name equal to user 1, and mobile number will be just typing some random numbers for dummy data, right? So created by uh, just mention sample data. Okay, so I'm creating a second user, user user 2. Okay, so what I will do, I will just take this user dot add, and then test user 2 and db context dot save changes. Okay, so I'm saving the changes. So now I successfully created the database. Once the database is created, we can see the app users, everything will be there. From there, I'm creating a user 1 and user 2, and I'm adding to that user and saving it. So this will be run only if there is no data, nothing is there in the table. That time only it will run. Otherwise, it won't run. Okay, for the first time only it will run. So that is the thing. So the next step will be uh, we have to add uh, this db initializer uh, in the dependency injection, so that it can be used. Services dot add scope. Here I'm using it. So I'm just adding it here. So we have initialized the you know, db context and everything we set it up and done. So the main and important part we have to do it, that is the database connection. So so to do that, I'm opening SQL Server Management Studio. So if we come here and we can see the main program, then the startup. Okay, so here these are the basic things we have. So I have this is the server. So first what I will do, I will go and create the database. So here I have the sample databases only. So first thing I'm going to create a new database. I'll make the database name as a uh, full stack with Flutter. Okay, so this is the database that I'm going to create now, and this is the connection property. We can take it, that will come later. So first I will create the database. So I have created the sample database, so now I need to take the connection string. So this is the server name I'm having. So I will make it as a okay. So now we need to add the connection string. So for that, what I will do, I'm going here and make it as a new property connection string, and inside that default connection. And for my local PC, I have already taken this one. This is my connection string, and I'm setting it here. So from your PC, you can set it your own. And what I will do, I'll just copy this line for the database connection. I'm going back to the um, startup controller and adding the service for the database connection. So here there are two things I'm going to do. One is I'm adding the application DB context. Another one is I'm going to use the entity framework code. So by doing this one, what I will do, I will just go and inside that repository itself, I will you know I will create this database connectivity. So now I need to pass the uh, config connection string also. So it's better I can pass this one so that I can take it from there. I can take it the I configuration, right? So configuration, so that it will be configuration, and I will use this one in the services. So it will be used here. So it will be adding it. So I'll put the breakpoint here so that we can we can check and do the, if any error is coming, we can identify it. So services, so I'm passing the configuration so that it can be used there. Okay, so this is the basic one. So now what we'll do, we have set up the basic things. Now we have to run the project. So if we come and see here, this is the one, and uh, the first launch URL will be Swagger. Okay, fine. So this is the one. Okay, fine. I'm saving all this one, and I'm building the solution. So the builder succeeded. So first thing what I will do, I will just make run this one. So this is the first time we are going to run the project, and we can see the Swagger is by default is running. So let's see what is happening. So it's coming here, and I'm doing that F10 so that it is going on. So the database initializer is there, but we didn't call anywhere. So this might be issue somewhere. We need to seed the data, right? That seeding data we have to perform it. Let's see. First we'll successfully see whether it is passing that data, everything. Okay, so we are able to run the project. We are able to run the project without any issues, and we can see the database. And if you see any tables are created or not, if the table, here there is no table is created. So which means there is no migration is performed till now. So we have to perform the migrations. That will be, so the database is not created, so we have to create the database. Let's see uh, how we can call that a database migration, DB initialization part, so that it can be it can be invoked, and it will create the database and seed the data. Okay, so let's see that now. So for that, what I will go, I will go to the program page. So here I'm doing that modification. Okay. Okay. Now we need to enable the migration so that we are using the .NET Core CLI. So what we do, first we need to install this package uh, in our project. See here, we need to add the package. Okay, .NET Core Entity Framework design. So the package is got installed now. So the next thing will be, now we need to open the uh, package manager, go to the tools, and package manager, and we take the package manager console. So from here we can do it from here or in the console, so both place we can do it. So the first thing is, we need to see whether the .NET entity framework is installed or not. So for that, .NET EF, so it will tell us the thing. So could not execute because the command is not found. Okay, fine. .NET sure. So the .NET. Okay, what I will do, I will just install the .NET tool. So now I have installed the .NET EF. It got successfully installed, and then okay. So now I will test this one. .NET EF, and this entity framework is got successfully is there. So entity command line tool will be there. So why I am using command line tool is so it will work for all the platforms. That's why I'm using the command line tool. So the next thing will be we need to add the first migration. So the first one will be we have to first we have to add the migration, so that uh, .NET EF, this is the command .NET EF migration add initial create. So what it will do, it will create a new migration folder uh, from that. Okay, dir. So the first thing what we need to do is we have to see it in the project, inside the project. Okay, so this is our project, so we need to go inside the project, Flutter full stack. So I'm seeing that okay, so from here, so this CS project file should be there, so that it will run. So now I will run that initial create. So it will create a new folder called migrations. uh, from there we can see the migrated files. Okay, so build got started and the build get succeeded. So the migration is done. So the our first migration is successfully completed. So we can go and see the migration folder, and it got successfully created. So we can see what table is generated, and this is the application. So this is auto generated file, we supposed to not modify any files, any of the things in this particular in this particular files, these two files. So if you want to revert back, we can do it from here with the command. So our first migration is successfully completed. So once we done this part, we need to go to um, program file, and we need to set up that. So here, what I will do, I'll make this a host, because we are creating the host file, and host file we need to run it. So from here, when the main program is getting started, that time we need to inject the migration and the sample data. So once it is created, from second time onwards, we will not do any operation on that. So for that, we will be having I explained this one in the previous video as well. Here I'm going to add it, that part. Okay, so from here we need to seed the database, seed the data into the database. Okay, so for that, what I do, I'm going to make using method, so that it can be used very well. Where um, we are going to create a scope. In that scope, we need to get from the host dot services dot uh, service get service. Okay, so from this scope, we need to create our service equal to uh, scope dot service provider. Okay, so here what we need to do, we have to add the reference create scope. So from this we will getting service provider. Okay, scope service provider. From that we need to use the service to get the required service. So the required service will be I database uh, database initialization. So this database initializer we are going to use it. Okay, so it will contain the it is contain the object value. So from here db init. So from this one we are going to have the sample seed data. That's it. So this method is going to be a asynchronous method. So we need to go to the implementation. So this is asynchronous method, yes. So from here we'll make it as a await. So now, so basically we are initializing the data now. So what we will do, maybe in a certain stage it can throw an error. So what I will do, I'll make it as a exception catch. Okay, so this we will cover it later. For now we will make uh, try catch exception dot message. So just log that message. So that's it. Okay, now I will run this program. Hmm, let's see. Okay, so I'm doing the F10 so that the next process will be, you know, got initiated. So it's coming to the sample seed sample data. So it's checking the database is created or not. So once the database is ready, it will be reaching this place. So it is checking the database is created or not. So we will be waiting for that. So let us come here and see the tables are created or not. Still it's not there. So which means there is some issue. The program got stuck in somewhere, maybe in this place, I guess. So okay, I'll stop the program and let's debug this one. Okay, this can be two minor issues. One is for the weight. So because this is a asynchronous function, so we have to put a weight, and here we'll do configure await false. Okay, so this one we need to build that application. So once we create the migration, we have to update this one. So I think we forgot to update. So we created and we have to update this one. So to do that, uh, I'm going back to this page. .NET .NET EF create. We have one .NET database. So this I forgot it. I need to add it here. Okay, let's see what is the command for that. Okay, .NET EF database update. So from here, uh, I will do that update. So the .NET database getting updated. So now the expected output for this one is supposed to be the tables are created. So it is get done now. We will go here and refresh the database and we will see this database tables success. See, we have a migration history table and the users table, user data table. So now we enabled this one. So let me select star from app users. So I'm doing that. So there is no data, but the properties are got created. So what we will do, we will go here and we will run this project again, and we will see now. So project got started. I will do F10 now. So I'm just giving the reference, and I'm seeing the database connection connectivity. Okay. So command line. Okay. Connection string, everything is there. So database, it will be connected. Okay. So it got successfully created, and then next one will be our service provider, and a database initializer got successfully initiated, and we have a, and here I'm seeing that whether the database is there. Yes, the database is there, and there is no data in the app users table. So I'm going to add two new users, and I'm going to save these changes. Yes, it is got saved, and the application is successfully run now. So let's come here in the database and see. Yes, see, our database one, test user one, two are got saved successfully in the database. So currently we are going in the correct way. So the database is got created and is connected. Database migration, everything is done. So the next stage will be. So the next stage will be we have to use the service, and we have to get the output from this API. Okay. So um, what we do now, uh, we will go and create the service and the API endpoint. These two we are going to create it now. Okay. So we successfully come to this part, and what I will do here. For the smaller project, I am managing services inside. For the bigger projects and large scale microservice related things, we can create a separate project for the services. Then we can use it. So for now, I'm going to have it in this small folder services. Okay. From here, what I will do, I'm going to create a new class. That class is nothing but for a user service. Okay, so this is a public service. So in this service, um, first thing, I'm going to create an interface, then the service. Okay, so from our case, all the interfaces, everything will be managed here, right? So in this particular thing, either we can create it inside this one, or we can do it from here itself. So what I will do, I'm going to do it from here, this part, in the project itself, the new item, interface, user, service. Okay, so ideally this is supposed to be inside the service. We can put it one more folder here for the interface. Okay, and we will make it inside this one.